syndicate president of Central Cambodia, Dennis Mesombe, has reprimanded unsanitary practices by taxi drivers in Boya, and out of the country, a dreaded mpox outbreak has come to an end in the Democratic Republic of Congo after years. And in sports, Cousins fall on MTN Elite One's first round. March Day 13 delivers decisive blows across the table. Title race and relegation battle intensify ahead of the second phase. This and more will be yours in a few minutes to come. Good evening and welcome to News Hour on Real TV. I am Sharon Tita for presentation. In a bold move to restore sanitation and dignity to the taxi sector in Boya, one syndicate president of the Central branch, Dennis Mesombe, has declared skirmish not against rivals but against sleepers, indecent dressing, and the silence that follows when passengers forgot their belongings in the taxi. Details in the following report with Frida Lena Voma.
The bustling world of taxi driving, discipline and professionalism are often the difference between chaos and order. One syndicate president in Boya, Dennis Mesombe of Sintrakam, has declared what he calls a skirmish, not against rival unions, but against habits he believes tarnish the image of the profession. From drivers wearing slippers at work to indecent dressing and even the troubling issue of passengers' forgotten items never being reported, these are the battles the syndicate president has chosen to fight. His mission? To clean up the taxi sector and restore dignity to the trade.
Before going to your own office, you must pass through another person's office unless you have a car on your own. But using a transport car, that is the first priority of us, the driver. And the priority is our taxis, is our own office. We must make our office to be clean as the other people's office. You cannot come inside my taxi. I, the driver, am unkept. My taxi is like whatsoever and so on. No. We carry different pupils on daily basis. We carry different, we carry magistrates, we carry lawyers, we carry reverend fathers. In short, we carry people that I cannot even name inside our office before them going to their office. So we cannot carry that kind of dignity people in a society in our own office where is unkept. So I say no for that here in this Boya, unless I'm not the president.
The president insists that slippers and casual wear undermine respect for the profession. He argues that proper attire builds trust with passengers and signals responsibility. And when passengers forget items, he says reporting them should be a matter of honor.
The target is for us to know that, or to show to the population that us, the drivers in Boya, we're supposed to be clean. Although I know that it's unable, but we should do our best so that somebody cannot come inside our taxi and insult us again. Why? Some of us, we have been insulted because of the way we keep ourselves. Yes. So you cannot. No. We are not farm to market. Township drivers, they are not farm to market road. So we're supposed to show ourselves as the taxi drivers, the taxis people in Boya.
All right.
Cleanliness is the first priority. Keeping our cars, keeping ourselves good is the first priority to our job. So I must bend and have bent when it comes to that one. Sanitation here in this Boya, when it comes to our sector.
In the meantime, not all taxi drivers agree to this. Some worry about the practicality of strict dress codes in the heat of the day. Others welcome the move, saying it could improve customer confidence and even boost earnings. And any driver who do not abide by this,
a default as you come to the office, when we are outside, then we don't give ear to any complaint and so on and so forth. After the field work, you come to the office. There's a fine for you, so that when next you will not do it again.
All right.
There's a fine that you come, you pay to the office, you take your whatsoever that was being taken away from you. Pay the fine, and then you sign that you will not do it again.
All right.
Yes, we don't want people to be insulting our sector, neither loving our sector.
For now, the battle lines are drawn. The syndicate president, Denis Mesumbe, is determined to clean up the taxi sector and drivers weighing the cost of change. Whether the issue will transform the industry or spark resistance remains to be seen.
Cameroon's filmmaker Billy Bob Ndiffe Lifongo has been crowned as a third-class chief of Tiko subdivision. This was during a coronation ceremony that took place over the weekend at the government school Lifongo under the auspices of the second-class chief of Misaka, His Royal Highness Daniel Dipoko. His Royal Highness Ndiffe Lifongo was crowned over the weekend. Details in the following reports with Natalie Njuma.
A new chapter has unfolded in the Lifongo village in the Tiko subdivision of the Southwest region as they welcomed their new ruler, His Royal Majesty Chief Billy Bob Ndiffe Lifongo. He was officially coronated and enthroned as the third-class traditional ruler and custodian of Lifongo Chiefdom during a colorful traditional ceremony that took place at the government primary school Lifongo Field over the weekend. The event brought together a large number of traditional authorities, elites, colleagues from the entertainment industry, as well as residents of the village and other villages around Fako. The coronation was presided over by the Chief of Misaka, His Royal Majesty Dipoko Daniel, who spearheaded a delegation of chiefs and performed the traditional rite marking the official recognition of the new ruler. Chief Dipoko Daniel, while coronating the new chief, reminded him of the fact that leadership only succeeds when exercised with the people. He urged him to remain close to his community, seek divine guardians, and govern inclusively, emphasizing that a leader without his people cannot succeed. Speaking after his enthronement, His Royal Majesty Ndiffe dedicated his reign to peace, unity, and development, while pledging to preserve cultural values and work in synergy with traditional leaders to foster progress in Lifongo.
We are passing a message of peace, unity, and prosperity, and to safeguard our tradition. Because what we witness here today is pure traditional values that we are trying to protect and that we are going to pass to the next generation. It's a wonderful thing for us and for my personal self that was born on the 4th and will be coronated on the 4th of April. It's a blessing from the gods. And I want to thank the Almighty God for giving me this opportunity to lead my people. And I believe we are going to do our best to see and to foster this community for greener pastures.
The ceremony officially ushers a renewed era of traditional leadership for residents of Lifongo village as they express their high hopes for unity and community advancement.
The government of Cameroon has officially introduced a fresh tax regime for mobile phones and digital terminals, which took effect on April 1st, 2026. This initiative is part of wider efforts to boost revenue collection, strengthen national security, and oversee the importation of digital devices more effectively. Details in the following reports. The Cameroonian government has officially announced the implementation of a new tax system for mobile phones and digital terminals, which took effect on April 1st, 2026. This move is part of broader efforts to enhance revenue collection, improve national security, and regulate the importation of digital devices. According to official statements, a 33.3% customs duty will be applied to imported mobile phones, tablets, and other digital terminals. This duty is calculated based on predefined product categories, aiming to streamline the taxation process and ensure fairness across different device types. One key aspect of the new tax system is the exemption granted to devices already connected to local networks before the effective date of April 1st, 2026. This means that individuals who already own and are using mobile devices in Cameroon will not be required to pay the new tax system, providing some relief to existing users. Importers of mobile phones and digital terminals are required to declare their devices through the Cameroon Customs Information System. This digital platform is designed to simplify the declaration process, enhancing tracking, and ensure compliance with the new tax regulations. Additionally, duties and taxes can be paid locally via electronic channels, making the process more convenient for importers. The Cameroonian government projects that this new tax system will generate approximately 25 billion francs CFA annually. The revenue is expected to contribute to various developmental projects and initiatives aimed at improving the country's infrastructure and services. Moreover, the government emphasizes that this move is also geared towards boosting tax compliance, enhancing national security, and reducing the smuggling of digital devices into the country. Now onto our foreign page. The Democratic Republic of Congo has officially declared an end to its 2 years mpox outbreak, which claimed over 2,000 lives, marking a major public health milestone after sustained containment efforts and international support. Plus, authorities in Madagascar have charged 13 individuals over an alleged plot to assassinate the interim leader, in a case that has raised fresh concerns over political stability in the country. Details in the following report with Nanga Sonia.
The Democratic Republic of Congo has announced the end of a 2-year mpox outbreak that infected thousands and claimed more than 2,200 lives, according to health officials. Health Minister Roger Kamba said on Thursday the outbreak, the largest in Africa in recent years, is no longer a national emergency after months without new confirmed infections. The Central African nation became the epicenter of the worldwide mpox crisis in 2024 when the virus spread across its borders, prompting the World Health Organization to declare a global health emergency. World Health Organization lifted the designation in September 2025 as cases sharply declined. Data from the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention show that Congo recorded more than 161,000 suspected cases during the outbreak, with around 37 confirmed through laboratory testing. At least 2,286 suspected deaths were reported, though only 127 were lab confirmed. Mpox, formerly known as monkeypox, was first identified in 1958 among laboratory monkeys. Before 2022, most human infections occurred in Central and West Africa through contact with infected animals. In 2022, researchers confirmed that the virus could also spread through sexual contact, triggering outbreaks across more than 70 countries that had never reported mpox before. According to the World Health Organization, mpox symptoms include fever and a skin rash, though most patients recover fully within weeks. Severe illness can occur in people with weakened immune system or underlying conditions. In more news, Madagascar has charged 13 suspects, including a general, over an alleged plot to assassinate interim leader Michael Radjenirina as the country grapples with political unrest following last year's protests. Radjenirina came to power in October following youth-led protests that forced his predecessor André Rajoelina to step down. State Prosecutor Narendra said 11 suspects have been placed in detention, while arrest warrants have been issued for others linked to the alleged assassination plot targeting the 52-year-old leader. Rakoto Nyenya did not name the general but confirmed that Colonel Patrick was among those who had designed and organized the operation. Investigators uncovered WhatsApp messages exchanged between the suspects, and some have admitted that funds from their personal accounts were used to finance the plot, the prosecutor added. Searches carried out at the suspects' homes also led to the discovery of large sums of money and weapons. The alleged plot comes amid ongoing political turmoil after mass protests over water and electricity shortages forced former President Rajoelina to flee the country. Radjenirina, whose military unit backed the protesters, has pledged to hold elections by the end of 2027. However, his initial government drew criticism for including members of the political elite. In March, he announced the formation of a new government after dissolving his cabinet earlier in the month, once again excluding representatives from the Gen Z youth movement that played a key role in Rajolina's downfall.
And now, onto our sport page. Curtains have officially been drawn on the first round of the MTN Elite 1, with match day 13 delivering decisive results that reshapes the standings and sets the tone for thrilling second phase of the championship. Details in the following report with Claudia Voma.
The final day of the first round lived up to expectation, producing goals, upsets and crucial shifts at both ends of the table. At the summit, Unisport of Bafang confirmed their dominance with a hard-fought 2-1 victory over Dynamo of Douala, a result that sees them finish first round as league leaders with 29 points. Their consistency, 9 wins in 13 matches, makes them the team to beat heading into the second leg. Close behind, Cotonsport of Garwa secured a vital 2-1 win against Gazelle Football Academy to maintain second place with 25 points, keeping the pressure firmly on the leaders. Meanwhile, PWD of Bamenda produced one of the standout performances of the day, thrashing Aigle of Mongo by 4-1 to cement their position in third with 23 points. In the race for the top 5, Colombe Sportive of Nja and Lobo delivered a statement result, dismantling 4-Bazu Elite Club by 4-0 away from home. The emphatic win lifts them to 5th place with 20 points, reinforcing their credentials as serious contenders. Elsewhere, Panther Jinde edged Aigle de la Menua 2-1 in a tightly contested encounter, allowing them to climb into mid-table and remain within touching distance of the top half. At the lower end of the standings, the situation remains tense as AS Fortuna's narrow 1-0 defeat to Stade Rennais leaves them hovering dangerously close to the relegation zone, tied on points with Aigle de la Menua. For Aigle de Mongo, the heavy defeat to PWD compounds a difficult first round as they remain rooted at the bottom with just 7 points. As the first round concludes, the table reflects a league split into clear battles, a tight title race at the top, a congested midfield, and a fierce survival fight at the bottom.
Cameroon joins the rest of the world today, April 6, 2026, to commemorate the International Day of Sport for Development and Peace. This day is an opportunity to showcase the role of sport in driving social change and community development, as well as foster peace amongst communities. Details in the following report with Natalie Njuma.
Sports has the power to change the world. It has the power to unite people in a way that nothing else does. It is in this light that the International Day of Sports for Development and Peace was instituted by the United Nations to highlight the importance of sport as a tool for development and peace. In Cameroon, sports serve as a powerful tool for peace building, social cohesion, and community development, particularly in regions hosting internally displaced persons. In Boya, chief town of the Southwest region, sporting activities serve as a vital catalyst for peace building and community development, particularly by fostering unity in a region affected by socio-political upheavals. Major sporting events like the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope and local initiatives such as interquarter tournaments act as a promoter of social cohesion and youth engagement in sustainable development-driven activities. In a region faced with social unrest, sporting activities act as a neutral ground that brings resident and internally displaced persons together to strengthen community ties. One of such sporting activities that fosters peace is the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope. 2026 edition, held on February 2026 under the theme Let's Give Peace a Chance, functioned as a national gathering demonstrating resilience and unity, bringing together hundreds of athletes and thousands of spectators, local vendors, traders, hotels, and taxi drivers, not just for leisure, but for development. This was noting that these sporting events are significant engines for local economic growth and community empowerment. While challenges remain, sporting events encourage the development of local sports facilities, like the use of the Moliko Omisport Stadium as a central hub for community interaction.
9-man Canon Sportif of Yaoundé have defeated Victoria United 2-0 at the Guémé Stadium on Sunday, April 5, 2025. The game that counted for match day 13 of the MTN Elite 1 Championship puts Canon ahead of Opopo. Details in the following reports with Gunyi Sonita.
This was the atmosphere after 90 minutes of play at the Guémé Omisport Stadium on Sunday. The battle for supremacy between four-time champion Canon Sportif of Yaoundé and one-time cup holder Victoria United. The intense game saw the visitors scored but was ruled offside by the assistant referee, maintaining the game on a 0-0 tie at halftime. The second segment saw a more hungry Canon who unleashed her strength to get a curtain raiser despite being one man down. With another red card shown to Nathan Douala after 2 yellow cards, Canon played 9 against 11 with no guards to let off, the finding another goal to increase the tally to 2-0.
Donc c'est au niveau de la mentalité qu'on devait gagner le match. Parce que jouer à Linde, c'est très difficile. On a constaté que Victoria prend pratiquement tous ses points à domicile. Attention, c'est une très très bonne équipe. Elle joue bien au ballon, même si quelquefois elle commet des erreurs de jeune équipe. Parce que c'est une équipe qui est très jeune. Mais il faut savoir qu'à domicile, c'est pas facile de jouer Victoria. Donc il fallait beaucoup travailler sur l'esprit, sur le mental. Et la saine agressivité. Il fallait vraiment être costaud aujourd'hui. Et malheureusement pour nous, on prend 2 cartes rouges. Mais les gamins, vous avez vu, ont mis l'esprit qu'il fallait. De toute façon, en semaine, on a travaillé et à la réunion technique, je leur ai dit, peu importe ce qui va arriver, on veut voir des gamins costauds mentalement. On a beaucoup travaillé dessus en semaine. Surtout qu'on a fait un faux pas contre Gazelle. Et il était question qu'on montre quand même que, comme dit mon camarade, que nous avons 4 étoiles. Après tout, c'est le canon. C'est le canon de Yaoundé. Donc, il fallait aussi que les joueurs soient à la hauteur du club et du maillot qu'ils portent. C'est ce qu'ils ont fait ce soir.
Victoria United will needed this win to seal a comfortable position ahead of Canon Sportif of Yaoundé, failed to immortalize the game as they lost balls and equally failed to create enough chances to get a win as they lost.
Un gros sentiment de déception. C'est qu'on s'attendait à tous les scores sur ce niveau aujourd'hui. Nous avons rencontré une bonne équipe. Le Canon de Yaoundé était beaucoup plus agressif. Ils ont mis un bon plan de jeu qui nous a quand même persuadé de mettre des jeux qui ont le sortir de leur pied. Et puis aujourd'hui, les enfants n'étaient pas dans le match. C'était difficile pour eux aujourd'hui. Donc le système, le plan de jeu que l'équipe adverse a mis en place dans le et ça fait qu'on a fait plus se retrouver pour essayer de retrouver la profondeur. Maintenant, on prend un but sur une erreur individuelle de regarder devant. Au moment où on se demandait de contrôler le match. Malheureusement, on essaie de pousser, on envoie, et c'est un deuxième contre. Quand on reçoit marqué un deuxième but, c'était tout à fait logique et normal. On t'a reçu, on l'a égalisé, on a dit tout le force secondes, et c'est un contre qui s'est égalisé. Donc beaucoup de déceptions quand même. C'est une bonne équipe. C'est une bonne équipe qui a bien mis son plan de jeu en place, qui s'est très bien organisé dans son plan de jeu. Et les gars ont appliqué le plan de jeu. Ils ont eu des joueurs qui ont accepté de courir, de faire des efforts sur le plan athlétique. Ils ont couru, ils ont beaucoup perturbé en coupant les lignes de passe dans les intervalles de console. Donc forcément, ils ont mis un plan de jeu qui a marché. Nos jeunes joueurs n'ont pas pu aujourd'hui se surpasser et hausser leur niveau de jeu pour aller au-delà de la difficulté qu'on les a mis en place. Maintenant, sur 2 contre, ils ont réussi à marquer la première. Moi, je dis félicitations au Cameroun. Et vraiment, ça a été un bon match.
And yet, it's 90 minutes here at the Ngemomi Sports Stadium for the match day 13 of the MTN Elite One Championship between Victoria United and the likes of Canon Sportif of Yaoundé, where it was a beautiful 2 goals scored here by the visitors who were able to grab all 3 points. Mind you, this particular victory for Canon Sportif of Yaoundé was very, very important, putting in position their various points, and equally with these 3 points, Canon Sportif of Yaoundé goes right up to 19 points, while Victoria United maintain its points tally to 18. And mind you, this particular game brings us to the end of the first phase of the MTN Elite World Championship, and equally here in Nimbe. And it's been a beautiful day equally for PWG of Bamenda, the likes of Unisport equally, who has had a good ride over Dynamo Football Club of Douala. And we are only going to be bringing to you the MTN Elite World Championship as of the second phase of the competition. And I am Sonita Nguni signing out for Royal Television here at the Lime Omisport Stadium in Geme.
The syndicate president of Sintracam, Boya, Denis Mesombe, has reprimanded unsanitary practices by taxi drivers in Boya, and out of the country, a dreaded mpox outbreak has come to an end in the Democratic Republic of Congo after years. And in sports, curtains fall on MTN Elite One first round. Match day 13 delivers decisive blows across the table. Title race and relegation battle intensify ahead of second phase. Dear viewers of Royal TV, it's on this note that we wrap up our news for today. The news was produced by Natalie Juma, edited by Frida Lena Voma, and for presentation, I am Sharon Tita. Thank you for watching. We leave you in the company of many more interesting programs.